Next week, Panorama reports on the very big business of waste disposal, said to be one of the fastest legal ways of making a fortune. Imports of foreign waste are rising dramatically, and consignments of hazardous waste are being transported on our roads more and more, as our standards and regulations appear to be not only too weak, but to vary from one part of the country to another. Not in My Backyard, in Panorama, next Monday night at 9:30.
Young comics from America feature in a new series starting tomorrow at 10:35. Our own Jasper Carrot introduces new names like
Bobby Slayton or Glenn Hirsch, Bobcat, Kipper Dotter, Rita Rudner. Who?
I do, only I don't call them dates anymore. I call them what they are. Hopeless acts of desperation. Do we have married people here, or are we all from New York?
People give me advice about being thin. They think they're helping me out. They go, "You're too skinny." I go, "Yeah." And they go, "Do you eat?" Oh, I never thought of that before.
Jasper Carrot introducing Stand Up America tomorrow at 10:35 here on BBC One.
BBC Two in 3 minutes will be showing highlights, if that's the right word for England supporters, of the third test, which ended within half an hour of the start of this morning's play. Here on BBC One, Paul Newman is the star of our Monday film, Fort Apache, The Bronx. Next week, Roger Moore as the man who haunted himself, when, after recovering from a near-fatal accident, he learns the terrible truth about what appears to be his dual existence. Early tomorrow evening, BBC Two continues the RKO season with some thrillers and chillers, and the greatest monster movie of them all, King Kong. Fay Ray is the girl who gets taken up in Kong's clutches at 6:25 tomorrow on Two. There's no place like home to welcome you to the start of tomorrow evening's viewing on BBC One at 7. And at 7:30, we'll be at home again with those EastEnders. Problems of a family who can't cope are faced by Inspector Kate Longton in Juliet Bravo at 8. And at 8:50, more of your points of view, posted up by Anne Robinson at 8:50. After the 9 o'clock news, we continue the season of Dennis Potter plays with Joe's Ark, starring Freddie Jones, with Angharad Rees as his dying daughter. A new series begins at 10:35 with Jasper Carrot introducing comedy talent from across the Atlantic, filmed at the Comic Strip in New York, and also in Los Angeles. And finally, at 11:10, time to clean out the wok and trigger up the chopsticks as Ken Hom returns with his highly successful and watchable series on Chinese cookery. Well, that's tomorrow night here on BBC One. And here's a look at the weather. It'll be another very humid night in the south, but fresher weather over Scotland will continue to edge south. Tomorrow, most places will stay dry with some sunshine, but some showers are likely, especially in the far north and around the middle of the day in the southeast. Temperatures will generally be a little lower than today, but it'll be quite humid in the south until the evening.
Claude goes to the seaside. A cautionary tale for caravanners.
There, I think I've got everything in. Hey, I'm looking forward to our holiday, aren't you, dear?
Yes, dear.
Just a moment. With all this weight at the back, I'm not safe to be taken anywhere.
Yeah, oh, do stop fussing, Claude.
You mark my words. Stop! That's done it. The whole lot's shifted up front. You'll never manage now.
Hey, hold your head up, Claude. You're making it very hard to steer.
Oi, there's a speed limit for caravans, you know.
All right. Don't panic. I'm putting the brakes on. Hey, pack that in, Claude.
It's not my fault. I told you we were overloaded. Next time you take a caravan on holiday, please don't overload it and keep within the speed limit.
That was a public information film. Well, our caravan here on BBC One has ground to a halt now as we end our evening with the time just at 30 minutes past midnight. It only remains for me to remind you as usual that Radio 2 stays on the air throughout the night, and to now wish you, on behalf of all of us here, a very good night.
Oh, PC Principal, how are you today?
What are you doing in the faculty bathroom?
You know, I think you and I got off on the wrong foot the other day. By all means, please keep your dick out. You see, I'm not going to accept 4 days of detention, and you're going to apologize publicly for being so strict to me and my friends at school.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's just a request, that's all. See you around. Oh, you seem to have dropped something, PC Principal. What's this? Why, this is a little boy's underwear. Why, this is Butter's underwear.
What?
PC Principal, you have Butter's underwear and now... Oh my gosh, it's got your DNA all over it. This certainly doesn't look good for you. I don't need to tell anyone about this. No, I think we have an understanding. Capiche?
What did you just say?
You mean about keeping your dick out?
Capiche? You're associating Italian Americans to intimidation tactics? You better watch your microaggressions, bro.
Okay, look, you don't want to end up like the spokesman for Subway, do you?
Did you just use a term that excludes women from an occupation?
Okay, let's back up. Ah!
Did you just say spokesman instead of spokesperson? When women are just as capable of selling sandwiches as anyone? Are you purposefully trying to use words that assert your male privilege?
No, I'm sorry, I was just trying to frame you for raping Butters.
Do you think Italian Americans and women are less important?
Oh, God.
You dare to use words that alienate two communities of people who have to deal with verbal biases like yours on a daily basis?
What's going on? Leroy Crazy Frog. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. You can afford an attorney. It's paper. Okay. Stop fighting me, frog.
He's loose! He's loose! Trying to escape on an invisible motorcycle. We have visual on air.
We see the suspect. He's headed north. This is air support. Suspect is heading north.
Crazy frog! Pull! Oh, you don't want to do this, Crazy Frog! Pull over, Crazy Frog, now!
The territory of Christmas Island is an Australian external territory in the Indian Ocean comprising the island of the same name. It is located approximately 350 kilometers, 190 nautical miles, south of Java and Somato, and about 1,550 kilometers, 830 in NI, northwest of the closest non-Australian mainland. It has an area of 135 square kilometers, 52 square miles on open square break named the territory that I was in.
Look out for feature releases from Walt Disney Home Video.